Hello, Bear Watchers. Welcome to Monday Measures. Oh my gosh, we haven't done that in a long time. I am going to make two different kinds of fritters today. Zucchini and corn fritters. The corn fritters do have zucchini in them, so they're like a zucchini corn fritters. But I cannot eat the corn fritters because of the keto. So I'm going to make the regular zucchini fritters keto. And you'll see how I'm going to do it. I'll explain it in a minute. But here we go. Monday Measures. We'll see how this works. So if you hear some weird background noises, it's because I have the kitchen window open. It is so nice outside. This is going to be all the ingredients. Everything on this side is for the regular zucchini, and then some of the onions going in both. And this side is all the corn fritter zucchini things. Oh, it's been a while since I've done the Monday Measures. I can't even talk. So there we go. There's all of our ingredients. So the last time I made zucchini fritters, I tried to grind up 4 of these zucchinis in my food processor all at once. It didn't work. So since I'm doing 2 recipes and there's only going to be 2 zucchinis per recipe, I'm just going to do them separately. It will save me a lot of aggravation. Quick, easy, better than hand grating. So we're going to need to squeeze the liquid out of this. So we're going to put some salt on it, and we're going to mix it in, and that kind of releases the fluids in there. We're going to let that sit for about 10 minutes, and then we'll squeeze all of the liquid out of it. In the meantime, I'm going to chop my onion. You all remember that I used a paper plate to chop my onions. Get all of that. Ooh, there is a noisy squirrel out there. Apparently somebody's in his territory. I am going to try not to get this in the blisters on my fingers from raking the yard today, because that will really sting. Although, boy, that's a really slippery onion. the salt from the zucchini is probably gonna hurt when I squeeze the liquid out of there. Yeah, you can tell that this onion is old. It's getting pretty tough. And it's really slippery. I should put that in the food processor. So I ran out of cheesecloth, but I've never used cheesecloth in the past anyway. I usually just squeeze with my hands to get all the juice out of there, but I do transfer it into a different bowl. So I'm gonna go get another bowl now that I got my hand all dirty. I kind of like to have a little bit of juice in there anyway. I used the cheesecloth the other day when I made it. That was my last cheesecloth. And that was really messy. It got stuck to the cheesecloth. And okay, see, that's a lot of liquid. So we're looking for 2 cups of zucchini, and those 2, yep, I was going to say that should be just about 2 cups. That kind of squish it in there. Just wanted to make sure. It looked like a lot. We have to do that to the next batch. But I already grated the zucchini and I've got it sitting in salt for the next batch, so I'm prepared. So we've got our zucchini in there. We are using buckwheat flour because buckwheat flour is not gluten. So, and it's not really keto either, because most keto you're not going to be eating grains, but I figured as long as I'm not eating gluten, I'm doing pretty good. Okay, we need a whole cup of that buckwheat flour. I just had to clean my measuring cup out because I don't want to go grab the other one. And then I gotta beat 2 eggs. add that to our mix. And then we're gonna 2 cloves of garlic. You all know how I am with the garlic, right? And I'm actually going to sprinkle it with some garlic salt because it calls for salt, and the last batch I made didn't taste like it had a whole lot of flavor. Pepper it. And I'm going to put cheddar cheese in there. I'm also going to put some Parmesan in there. Whoa! It was frozen, so I got all like little chunks in here. There's going to be some cheesy chunks. So here's my Parmesan. It calls for a half a cup of cheese, and I didn't have enough, so I figured I would just mix the cheddar and the Parmesan. And that's probably about half a cup there. You can half this batch if you want. This is, you know, we're gonna have a lot of them. So the last time I had leftovers, they were quite a bit, and they disappeared. So my chopped up onions, I'm gonna put just a little bit in there because we want to save a good portion of it for the corn fritters. There we go. I think I'm also gonna put some chives in there just for color. That wasn't in the recipe. I mean, the zucchini will color it, but and I think that's it. We'll just stir it all up. Now, because I'm using buckwheat, I'm gonna let that sit for a little while, because anytime you use an alternative flour, you want to let it sit so that way that alternative flour soaks up the moisture, because otherwise it's not gonna be, you know, fluffy or what do you call it, sticky. Look at that buckwheat, makes them dark. That's kind of interesting. See what the girls think of that. Maybe they'll leave them alone and I'll eat the rest. So I am not a real big fan of canola oil, but I'll use it if I'm frying. I'm gonna let that heat up while I'm letting the zucchinis sit so they get sticky. Now the other thing I'm gonna do, let's back this up. The other thing I'm gonna do is put a cookie sheet out here with parchment paper and some paper towels. I got 2 layers here, so that way we can get some of the grease off of them, we'll put them there to let them cool off. Okay, we're ready to fry. Some people use a cookie scoop. I just use a big spoon. I mean, I don't ever make these things perfect. It feels like there's a big chunk of onion in there. One. That's interesting, they're so dark. I'm not sure if I've ever used buckwheat for anything. Pancakes, maybe. But it was probably already in a mix. Beef? Huh? No, there's zucchini. I used buckwheat instead of regular flour.
Oh. I was like, why does it look like that?
Huh?
I was like, why does it look like that? Oh, there we go. Looks interesting.
It smells good. A little fat, we'll flatten that one out.
The camera's trying to focus so hard.
Oh, is it?
Sizzling so much, it's like, where is it?
It's probably following the... Following the tongs.
In your hand, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to make these first because I can eat these. And then I'm going to make corn fritters next. I don't know. I hope they're done. I can't tell, they're so dark.
Just now she was stretching it out. Eat that. That's disgusting. Okay.
They do look like meat, don't they?
Like squashed
They're
meatballs.
like little, yeah.
Smells pretty good though.
I put some cheddar and some Parmesan in there. The corn fritters don't have cheese.
But look at that. Little balls of zucchini buckwheat. Is that carrot?
It's cheese.
Okay.
I told you I put cheddar and Parmesan in there.
Okay.
So Heather said they taste interesting with the buckwheat. But we're actually having BLTs tonight. So I'm kind of taking a break in between the two batches, different fritters, to put bacon on, because we're going to have BLTs with the appetizer fritters and dinner fritters. So I'm going to get those on, and then we'll show you the corn fritters. I like them. To me, they still taste like they don't have a whole lot of flavor. I feel like it needs more flavor. Last time I kept adding garlic salt. And finally, by the time I got a whole bunch of garlic salt in there, it tasted good to me. My taster's off or what? You said they tasted okay, huh?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed them. They were a bit crunchy, but I think it was due to the buckwheat, maybe.
Yeah. I couldn't tell how dark they were because they're already dark.
Because of the buckwheat.
Yeah, because of the buckwheat.
But it's not that bad.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do the bacon, and then we'll get to the corn fritters. By the way, I cook my bacon in the oven. How many people cook their bacon in the oven? It's just so much cleaner. And then it comes out all nice and straight.
Crispy.
Yeah. Okay, we're ready to make the corn fritters, but I realized I forgot buttermilk. That's in the recipe. I always forget something. So we got the buttermilk out, and I always keep powdered around because we don't use it enough. But this stuff saves my life, having it around, because I do use buttermilk. So there, I mixed it up. It calls for 3/4 cup of buttermilk, and then we're gonna put our egg in there and whip it all up. So that way our liquids are together. Put my egg in there. And Bean's gonna serenade you. Those Wilcox Farm eggs, the yellows are kind of tough to beat up. Okay, now we need to put our dry ingredients. I don't have cornmeal, so I'm going to use corn muffin mix, and the recipe calls for 1/2 cup of flour and 1/2 cup of cornmeal. So if you don't know, your corn muffin mix is almost half and half. So I'm going to use this. He said,
Wait, now you can go.
This is one of those recipes that tells you to put your dry ingredients together and mix it all up. So there we go. I think I'm going to get a whisk for that. It looks pretty lumpy. It does have some other things in there, like, your baking soda and whatnot, but it'll be fine. It calls for 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, so I don't know if I should put any in there because it's already in the corn muffin mix. What do you think?
Yeah, I might just leave it.
Yeah, because that's just a tiny amount. And our salt, which again, I'm going to use the garlic salt. Pepper. That looks better. Not so lumpy. I squeezed the liquid out of the zucchini already. Okay, so then we put our liquids in our zucchini. Looks like some of the buttermilk mixture got stuck on there. Yeah. And then add that. Yeah, if you're mixing the cornmeal and the flour and baking soda all separately, it would have made more sense to do it separate. But we didn't. We had all that mixed in the cornmeal mixture. We're gonna mix all of that up. I missed a step. You're supposed to saute a cup of corn with half a cup of onions so that way it's soft. And add that to our zucchini mixture. Just not thinking right. This was actually supposed to be sauteed first and then set aside. Almost there. That kind of works because it gave time for that mixture to set a little bit. I really don't remember sauteing that last time. And I know I've made this recipe before. This is what my regular zucchini fritters look like. That kind of consistency. I got distracted with the corn and onions that I forgot to put my garlic in.
So about how much would you say that is?
I use a little extra. That squeezed garlic doesn't seem like it has much flavor, as much flavor as a regular garlic. So, a clove of garlic is what you're supposed to put in there. Okay. My grease should almost be ready.
This will find out.
Yeah, it still looks kind of soupy to me. They say to use a cookie scoop. I know I have cookie scoops around here somewhere. Those look like my fritters.
Oh, is it good?
Those look like normal fritters. Buckwheat one, kind of scary. So there you go, zucchini fritters 2 ways. And these look like they turned out perfect. That's, oh, there was a crumb on my sheet over here from these critters. Those look different. That buckwheat is dark. That's interesting. Mary gave me the approval on these. She said they're really good. So I'm gonna get these up, and hopefully I can get the recipes written down, and I'll put those in the description. So, all right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.